In today's video, we are grading every NFL team's off-season AFC edition. This is part 2. Last time we did part 1, which was the NFC edition. If you have not seen that, I'll leave a key card on the screen so you can go check that out. So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and get into the video. See what your favorite NFL team got for a grade their off-season. They possibly maybe got an F, or maybe they got a really good grade. We'll go ahead and see. Let's go ahead and get into the video. Finally, part 2. Here we go, guys. We're gonna start things hot off, and let's talk about the AFC North right away. We're grading stuff like exponential, whatever. So we're gonna start off things with the Steelers. The Steelers, in all honesty, they get a B. They had a pretty decent off season. A lot of changes have happened in Pittsburgh over the off season. First off, you have Mike Tomlin being fired and Mike McCarthy getting hired there. So fixing my chair here. You've had a lot of
we do not care.
You've had a lot of changes in Pittsburgh over the last season. They also acquired Michael Pittman, which is also super good. So overall, Pittsburgh had a pretty decent offseason. I mean, that's pretty much all they really did. That defense is already good enough as it was, and they made a good move with moving on from Mike Tomlin, in my opinion. I think because there are many reasons, but Mike Tomlin things just won't work out. They've been a 10-win team every year, and they're sick and tired of going 10 wins, and they want to do a little better. So they got Mike McCarthy, which I think it's a little bit of an upgrade, but not much. I mean, we'll see what he could do with Rodgers coming back. I think Michael Pittman's going to rip it up next season, too, on Pittsburgh. He's so underrated as well. Overall, this series is going to be that a decent offseason. Not bad at all from Pittsburgh. Alright, moving on to the next team, which is the team I'm playing right now, the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens, they get an A from me, personally. I think they had a good offseason. A lot of interesting stuff happened, but they did do decent. First off, they also had a coaching change as well. I think, honestly, the whole AFC North had coaching changes, by the way. So that'll be interesting to talk about. But yeah, coaching change. So John Harbaugh was the coach there for a long time. Obviously, he won a Super Bowl there. But they did fire him over the last season. I mean, the Ravens, they won 9 games, missed the playoffs again. The Ravens have had a lot of years where it's been disappointment after disappointment. They haven't got back to that Super Bowl, where they haven't got back to the Super Bowl where they were with Harbaugh that many years ago. So yeah, that was a pretty good one. They kind of had to move their separate ways. Harbaugh needed a new home. And so they also hired Jesse Minter, which I think was one of my favorite hires in the head coaching video that I talked about. Easily one of the best hires in the NFL. And yeah, so Minter, good hire from the Chargers. Good job on Baltimore's there. And then there's a whole thing of Max Crosby where they didn't get him, but they ended up settling for Trey Hendrickson, which I think he's not as good as Max Crosby, but he's at least something to Max Crosby. So it's not that bad, you know what I mean? I mean, it's okay. Trey Anderson's a Walmart Max Crosby. No offense to Trey Anderson, but that's what it is. They did lose Linderbaum to the Raiders, too. So, I mean, kind of some slight things, but honestly, a great offseason for the Ravens. I think they're looking to hopefully turn something around next year, be a good team. They're supposed to be this good team, and that's what they're hoping for next year. So they do get an A. They had a really good offseason, I think. All right, moving on to the Browns, which is the next team in the AFC North. I'm going to give them a C. They had an okay offseason. Nothing really special happened to them, I feel like. Nothing really special happened. Oh, my God, he was after me, bro. What the hell? Anyways, though, so the Browns, they had an okay offseason. Nothing really happened to him. So the biggest news is probably the Myles Garrett trade, honestly. We all know we're going to talk. I mean, the Browns, it wasn't a bad trade for you. You got Jared Verse in return. You got rid of Myles Garrett, which we both, I think the whole NFL knew that you guys needed to move on from each other in the first place. It was just a bad thing. Now Myles Garrett joins the fucking Avengers of the Rams. But, come on, Drake. But, you gotta say, the Browns, I mean, they got Jared Verse. They also fired Kevin Stefanski after he had a long stint there, and got Todd Monken, which I don't really know how to feel about that. I know he's worked there before. Like I said in my video, a lot of 10 new head coach hires. So I just don't know, how to really feel about it. Can the Stefanski get off my screen? Anyways, we're already quarter through. That was quick. So yeah, the Browns had an okay offseason. Nothing really else happened to them. Quarterback's had a question mark, so they get a C. Could have been a little bit better. Jared Verse, though, is definitely worth it. That guy is a stud. So, Browns fans, you got something to look forward to next season at least. The last team in the AFC North, but certainly not least, is the Cincinnati Bengals. The Bengals, they're going to get an A. Yeah, they needed a good offseason. They haven't had one in a while. They did what they needed to do. Oh, they didn't get any head coach. They kept Zach Taylor. Actually, that's my bad. I thought, no, they kept Zach Taylor. But, oh my, is that Ray Lewis? Like, I just got smoked. Like, what? Anyway, so they made a big trade for Dexter Lawrence. They got rid of the 10th pick. That's kind of big news about them, and they upgrade the defense a lot, and that's why they're going to get an A here. They made big moves for that defense. That's what they've been needing to do. Their defense has been garbage. I mean, it's been trash ever since we know how bad it's been. They also hopefully improved that O-line. Bengals had a pretty decent offseason, and alright, moving on to the AFC West, the division I actually want to talk about. We'll kick things off with the Chiefs. The Chiefs, they're gonna get an A as well. They had a really good offseason too. First up, they finally upgraded their offense. They added Kenneth Walker, the Super Bowl MVP, which I think is still a huge loss for the Seahawks. Honestly, a huge loss for Seattle still, losing Kenneth Walker. Yes! Get the ball! What are we doing? What? Chad! No! Chad! Ocho Cinco. It's every video. It's an Ocho screwover. Every video, it's an Ocho Cinco classic. Oh, I'm not paying for MVP plus Chad Ocho Cinco. Every video. Oh my god, it's an Ocho Cinco screwover. Every video we play. I swear to you. How do we not... Anyway. I hate Chad Ocho Cinco. But, what was I even talking? The Chiefs. So they get a Rashee Rice had it, Kenneth Walker is who we're talking about. So that was a good signing from the Chiefs. They also re-signed Travis Kelce to a big contract as well. I am so pissed right now that even happened. But so yeah, they had an okay offseason and that they get an A. I mean, they lost Trent McDuffie, which kind of sucks. But the Chiefs should be pretty good next year. Alright, moving on to the Denver Broncos. Sorry about my Ocho Cinco rant too, but like why, dude? But the Broncos, they get a B. They had an okay offseason. There's nothing really that special. Because they didn't really need to do much. That's the thing. That's why I'm not going to rat on them that much for not doing much. Because they didn't need to. That defense is already stacked. And Bo's doing good. They just need a wide receiver. That's what they did. They went out and got Jalen Waddle, which was perfect. And it puts the Broncos in a win-now kind of situation, which is going to be huge. They definitely want a Super Bowl in this season or the next season. At least before, because Courtland Sutton's only getting older. And that defense is really good right now. Other than that, they didn't really do much. You know, big signings. They let Dre Greenlaw go, which I don't think is a big loss, like I said in the last video. He didn't really play much games in Denver anyway, so not a huge loss for you. Got to keep a Funga. So honestly, a good offseason for the Broncos. Nothing else much they could have done differently. Moving on to the Chargers. I'll give them a C. They're okay. I mean, they didn't really do much either, but did they need to do much? You lost Jesse Minter, which is going to kind of hurt. He's been one of the best defensive coordinators in football over the last couple of seasons. Go, Jermaine, go. So, I mean, that's kind of hurts a little bit. You didn't really add much that I know of. They also didn't really need to do that much necessarily. And I think the Chargers will still be a pretty good team. Next year, they found their new defensive coordinator. I forget his name right now, but I'll put him up on screen. So, yeah. Okay, offseason from the Chargers. Like, not really a whole lot to highlight. Out the AFC West, not the East, is the Raiders. Probably the worst team in the NFL right now, but they did have a good offseason. I'll give them a B, honestly. I had a better offseason than the Chargers because they had to do a lot, and they did get a lot done, honestly. They got Linderbaum for the Ravens, which is a huge steal, and they got to keep Max Crosby. They kind of fleeced the Ravens out of that. I still can't believe they pulled that off. They got Mendoza in the draft, which we obviously all knew that was coming. They also signed Kirk Cousins to a huge contract. Now, the only thing they're still looking for is a receiver. They better draft one. I'm not really sure. I didn't really pay attention to the draft after round 1, if I'm being honest. Because, I don't know. I don't, like... So they might have got a receiver, but they still are in need of one. They haven't really had a receiver there, honestly, since, like, Amari Cooper, for being real. But yeah, Mendoza should be good there, and the Raiders, I don't expect them to be super good next season, but at least have like a decent season and keep on building the team up. They're in the rebuild right now. They've been in the rebuild for a couple years now, and they're finally going to start building some things up. So, yeah, other than that, the Raiders, okay, off season. Nothing really else you could expect. Come on, Gonzo. Get that, Gonzo. Get that, Gonzo. Oh, it hit your hands. Alright, so we're going to go to the Patriots, my name Patriots. They get an A from me. Look, I'm a Patriots fan, so, it's not gonna, it's biased, but it's what I mean, how can you not tell me it's an A? First off, they signed Romeo Doubs. That was huge. Romeo Doubs, I think, is super underrated. He's like the most underrated receiver in the NFL. We got AJ Brown, which is obviously more big news, which is huge for the Patriots. They need a number 1 like that. I think you if you pair him up with Drake May, who has one of the best deep balls in the league, I think they're gonna go crazy next season. They also got God, what is his name? I'll throw him up on screen, but they got the guy who led the NFL in interceptions last season. I just can't remember his name for the life of me right now. Way to hold on to the ball, Diggs. Anyways, though, so yeah, they did lose Stephon Diggs as well, which kind of hurts a little bit. Losing Stephon Diggs kind of hurts a little bit, but not much. We got to keep Kayshon Boutte. We got to keep Demario Douglas. So that wide receiver core looks scary next season. Looking at the defense now, I mean, we lost Kayvon Chason, sadly, which he was a beast for us last season. But we did get to keep a lot of people, and we got that oh damn it. That was an accident. We got the new defensive end from the Ravens as well. I forget his name too. But yeah, Patriots, in my opinion, they get an A. Buffalo Bills, I'm gonna give the Bills a B. Okay, offseason, just nothing impressive. They got DJ Moore, which is a big theme. Finally, Josh Allen gets a number 1, probably since Diggs has been there. Come on, Stephon Diggs. Oh, but so yeah, they get a B. They got DJ Moore, which was pretty huge. They also got rid of Sean McDermott, which is a really big part of news there. But my problem is with you got rid of Sean McDermott, which he brought you to the playoffs for so many years, and you hired Joe Brady. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know if Joe Brady's gonna really work out there. I think he's honestly not good of an offensive coordinator. So I don't know what to think for Buffalo right now. I know they're gonna still be a good team because you have Josh Allen. If you have Josh Allen, you're gonna be a good team. No matter what you put around. We've seen him do it time and time again. But I just don't know if I like Joe Brady being the head coach there right now. I just didn't think that was the way to go, to get rid of McDermott and go for Joe Brady. Maybe it was time for McDermott to move on, sure. But, oh yeah, and the Panthers also hired him as the defensive coordinator. Watch out for Carolina next season, I'm telling you. Carolina and Tampa Bay, watch out for those 2 teams next year. But, yeah, that's okay. I mean, nothing really special for Buffalo. I think firing McDermott's kind of controversial when you just go hire Joe Brady, which is just a downgrade, in my opinion. I mean, he might shut me up. I don't know. We'll see. They get a B. Alright, moving on to the Jets. We are moving pretty fast in the video, actually. The Jets, they get an F, dude. What did they do? I didn't hear anything from them the whole offseason, honestly. I'm not a guy who just always be like on, but like I get notifications from Adam Schefter on Twitter all the time about who's going to win, and all I remember them doing is signing Geno Smith. Geno Smith just kind of like, and he might not even play next season. They don't really know who their quarterback's going to be. They kept Aaron Glenn, which I thought was interesting after that year. I mean, he could be good. The Jets just didn't do anything. Again, they keep on doing this. Like, the lot of seasons where they do good and the lot of seasons where they don't really do anything. So, I mean, it was okay. No, it wasn't okay. It was just a garbage off season for the Jets. They didn't do anything. They didn't move anybody. They've been rebuilding for the last 10 years. They need to do something, New York. That's not even me hating on you guys as a Patriots fan. I'm just like, generally, I wouldn't be mad if you guys actually succeeded. For once, I wouldn't even be angry at that. Alright, moving on to the Dolphins. So the last team in the AFC East, which is the Miami Dolphins, I'm gonna give them a B. Solid offseason, Miami, honestly. You guys did everything you needed to do. Everything was perfect from you guys. I'm not gonna give it an A exactly yet, because I mean everything wasn't perfect. So first off, you got rid of Mike McDaniel, which just needed to happen. I thought Mike McDaniel was super good when he first came in, and then he just kind of went, not really that good. So I think you had to really get rid of Mike McDaniel there for a long time. Of course, he doesn't cash that. Thanks a lot, Chad Ochocinco. Anyways, so yeah, you just had to get rid of Miami, which is you get rid of Mike McDaniel, which is what you needed to do. He went to, where'd he go? Oh, he went to the Chargers. Yeah, he went to the Chargers to be offense coordinator, which is good for him. I think he's better as a coordinator than he is as a coach. He can try to coach again, maybe later in his career or something. But yeah, you got Malik Willis, which I think is a huge shining. He was really good on the Packers. I don't know if I'm allowed to throw highlights on screens with YouTube. I could kind of see what that writes. If I can, I will throw up some highlights of him on the Packers last season. He did a good job. He looks like a young Michael Vick, if I'm being honest. A young Michael Vick. So, yeah, super good things. What? Okay, wait, I kind of saw it. Maybe I was leading on him. It's a touchdown anyway. Whatever. I hate Kate Scott. She's so bad. Like, at commentating, please. Can we not? Can we not? Anyways, so the Dolphins had an okay offseason. You got rid of Tyreek Hill and got rid of Jalen Waddle, so you just blew up the team that you built, which is fine. You also got Jeff Hafley there now, and you got the Packers GM there now. So I mean, it'll be very interesting to see it. I just don't know how I feel about Jeff Hafley as a head coach there. We'll see how he kind of does in his first year. That's why they're the only reason they're getting a B. But Dolphins, solid offseason. Moving on to the Houston Texans. The Texans. They get a C. Now, I'm not going to call their offseason bad at all. They didn't need to do much. That defense is good, is super good, as it is one of the best defenses in the NFL. C.J. Stroud is decent. I mean, he could be better, right? We'll see how he kind of does next season. He didn't really add much to that offense either. Nico Collins is great as it is, and Christian Kirk is great as it is. So yeah, decent team. So I mean, they got David Montgomery, which will be interesting. Which actually, that is like the reason why it's mainly a C. I mean, that's all you really did in the offseason. You didn't really do nothing else. Hopefully Stephen A. doesn't keep on making the same mistakes. But yeah, so and then though, good offseason from the Texans. They get a C, yeah. So could be a little bit, but like I said, they don't. What else did they need to do to that team? That team should have been the AFC Championship game. Too bad the Patriots beat them. But we'll move on to the last team in the AFC. Or no, two more teams, not the last team. And the final division of the video. This video took a lot shorter time than it did with the NFC video. I don't know why. But yeah, maybe because I was just yapping. So we'll starting out with ending with the AFC South now. We'll kick things off the Tennessee Titans. They get an A from me. Good job, Tennessee. Way to do it. Tennessee did everything they needed to do that they've been needing. I don't mess with the new logo at all, but I'll throw it up there anyway. So Titans, yeah, okay offseason. I mean, Well, actually, no, they had a great offseason. So, first off, they gutted that whole entire coaching staff. They've been needing to do that ever since they got rid of Variable. I don't know why they got rid of Mike Variable still to this day. Honestly, I couldn't tell you what was their decision making there. But they finally got rid of it. They hired Robert Saul, which I think he's a great head coach. They also got Brian DeBell as offensive coordinator. Great, great back-to-back pickups, honestly. So, good offseason from the Titans. They did everything they needed to do. Cam Ward's going to be entering his sophomore season, which we could see a lot more out of him than we did in his rookie season. He's got more on choose. I think with Brian Daboll there now, it's going to get pretty good in Tennessee. I think the Titans have a lot to look forward to next season. They have a lot to look forward to next season. So Titans fans, be excited. You guys get an A from me. To the third team in the AFC South, which is the Jags. Jags had an okay offseason as well. They'll get a B from me. They also didn't really need to do much, but they did re-sign a lot of people. Trevor Lawrence, I think, got signed, or no, something like that. So yeah, they were able to sign a lot of people, which was super duper good. So yeah, they had an okay offseason. Just kind of like the same as the Texans. The Jags do look kind of dangerous next year. They added Jacoby Myers. You know, they were the best offenses in football for a while there. So yeah, Derrick Henry's just coming in here like a freight train. My God Almighty. But so yeah, pretty good offseason from the Jacksonville Jaguars. They didn't really do nothing else than that, so this one's kind of short. And moving on to the final team in the video, which is the Indianapolis Colts. From me, they get a C. Okay, offseason. They didn't really do much. The big thing is they traded away Michael Pittman. It's going to be very interesting next year there. Is Daniel Jones going to be as good as he was during that 10 weeks? You know, Indiana Jones. So that's going to be kind of the theme there in Indianapolis. We'll kind of see what they kind of do there. But they get a C. I mean, it could have been a little bit better. Losing Michael Pittman kind of hurts, but you got to keep Alex Pierce, which I think is huge. So the Colts could be pretty decent next season. Yeah, so we'll kind of see what the Colts will be able to do next season. And with that, will go ahead and end this video for all the grades of every NFL team's offseason part 2. So, yeah, we'll get you guys to that trip. Now to the Titans, they get a B. They had an okay offseason. They got a whole new coaching staff, which is what they needed to do. Other than that, they didn't really do much. Sorry, the Madden, they never recorded, so that's why I have to record it like this. Is what it is. But yeah, the Titans, they get a B. They didn't really do anything else other than that. I mean, so yeah. And you predicted it again. Yep, the Madden thing didn't work for the Colts one either. Thanks, Chad. Anyway, so the Colts, they're gonna get B as well. They had a pretty good offseason. They got Michael Pittman Jr. Yeah, but overall the Colts had a really good offseason, so they get a B. That will go ahead and end this video right there. I thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys all had a great time watching this video. If you consider liking and subscribing, we post weekly NFL content. So yeah, subscribe, turn on the notifications so you know when I post. And also maybe go follow my Twitch. You can catch more of me over there. MrZen_24 is my Twitch. And yeah, and also I'm posting this on the 4th of July, so everybody have a happy, good 4th of July. Yeah, I just got done with this. I'm about to go watch some fireworks. So hope everybody has a good, safe, fun 4th of July. Stay safe out there. And I will see you guys next time. Deuces.